Welcome to High Oracle's Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel. And I had a premonition over the weekend, and I just wanted to, I always take time to pray about it before I can really get the understanding from what is going on with these premonitions. And so I just wanted to give you the understanding that, you always want to pray about everything before you can before God gives you the revelation of what he is communicating, what is being said in these dreams, what is being said in a premonition, what is being said in a vision. You always want to pray about it first. So this is what I have been doing over the course of the weekend. And I made sure that I reached out to some of my clients so that, I can, give them direction and where we're going with their mission, with their healing process. And I kept getting this premonition, and it was of a person holding their right side of their neck. They had a large abscess under their neck, and they had a large abscess on their left cheek. So I don't know who you are, but you have been dealing with this for a very long time. For some apparent reason, you're having problems with your mouth. You're having problems with your throat. And every time that I went into this premonition, I saw a person try to goggle. I saw a male, holding his left cheek. I saw a female holding the right side of her neck. And so I don't know who you are, but we have to make sure that you have an understanding that is poison. That is someone that has sent you, negative energy, who did not want you to speak. I don't know if it is someone who has had these problems in their family since a child. I don't know whether it is a person that is trying to control you and make you sick. I was able to get the confirmation on last week that someone was sending psychic attacks at me and my family. So when we are having these types of problems, you want to make sure that you're doing an internal and external cleanse in order to remove the negative energy that has been sent to you by someone that is close to you, close in proximity to you, that doesn't want you to speak, that doesn't want you to tell on what they have been doing, who doesn't want you to open your mouth. They want you to stay silent, because when you open your mouth, you speak the truth against whatever it is, the malevolent forces that they're sending out, not only at you, but other people. These abscesses in your mouth, that is a buildup of poison, toxin in your body. When you do these external cleanses, when you do the internal cleanses, you're going to feel those hooks come out of your body. You're going to feel that entity remove itself from around your neck. That negative enemy that has sent this poison to your mind, to your body, to your throat, to your mouth, these psychic attacks that are upon you, it is going to be removed. That abscess is going to burst. And make sure that you have some kind of towel, especially if you're sleeping at night. It's going to burst. Do not try to burst it yourself. Don't try to bust it yourself, because it can make I'm fired up. It can make the situation worse, where the poison is in the tissue. A lot of you that we're changing over, having these allergies, the cold weather can aggravate that. Some of you may need to go and seek medical attention. Okay, so this is why we want to make sure that we are using a cleansing method, an internal cleanse and an external cleanse. And abscess is somebody, trying to attack your beauty as well. This is why it is a psychic attack. They're trying to attack the way that people look at you by having one side of your face swollen. Okay, by having one side of your neck swollen. Okay, if you need to stop smoking, you need to stop smoking cigarettes or, smoking, marijuana. If you need to stop drinking, you need to stop doing that and replace that with a little bit more water in your diet. You can eat vegetables, a lot of leafy vegetables. You want to be able to cleanse this negative energy, this evil out of your system, this poison. You want to run it out through your bowels as well. If someone has sent attacks upon your health, you want to use, a lot of my clients like to use the spinach. Some of them like to use the prunes or the prune juice. For me, I just can drink some milk and I'm able to use the bathroom. There's a certain type of tea that I also like to use, and it will, send me to the bathroom and cleanse out any negative energy. God is removing these types of blockages off of your health. And when you do an internal and external cleanse, whether it is to identify the person that has sent this negative energy to you, or to remove the entity, from around your throat, out of your mouth, that's trying to stop you from talking, that's trying to take your self-confidence. You want to be able to cleanse this negative energy in a way that this entity does not return. You cannot let this type of negative energy go over into your mind, onto your health, into your body, onto your beauty. It cannot go over, because once you allow it, to move forward in your life, where it steals your joy, where you're unhappy, where you're worried all the time, where, it has taken your beauty, then it creates a vacuum for negative things to happen, not only in your life, but in, the next generation. You have to be able to fight it on the forefront. When you see these types of things happening, when you see them, especially if they are patterns, if you've had a generation before you going through these types of abscesses that never burst, where you have one side of the face that is enlarged, swollen, where you have the glands under the neck that is swollen, this is an attack. This is an attack on your health, on your beauty, on, you being able to work, people rejecting you in business, people rejecting you in life. Okay? So you have to attack this, where it starts. You have to attack this, do not let this go, 5-10 years. Do not let this go forward in your life 5 or 10 years, because this is the difference between you becoming, mentally and physically disabled. So you want to be able to cleanse that negative energy out of your body, out of your life, out of your mouth. And you want that negative abscess in your mouth, under your neck, whether you're male or female. I don't know who this is for. You want that to be able to burst. Make sure that you have a towel at night, so when it bursts, you do not swallow that poison while you're asleep. You're able to have that, leak out of your mouth, okay? So, somebody doesn't want you to talk. Somebody, is upset at the way that you talk. They're upset with the way women are talking right now. But they have, a lot of people have failed to understand that we are under attack. We've always been under attack. And they have nothing to say about the lyrics that they bob their head to, that call women B's and H's and everything that they can think of, to say that's filthy in their songs, while they're bobbing their heads in their car to this, while it's entering their hearts and minds. So if they do not want you to speak, it is because we only have spoken the truth, and the truth is the light. They do not want you to, speak the truth in your homes. They do not want you to speak the truth to certain males. They want to intimidate you because, yes, you have more strength than I do. But, we're not, we're not going to go there with you because we got bullets. So, let's make sure that we're having a conversation that's on our level and not on a level that is with intimidation. And this goes for male and female. When people do not want you to speak, then they're trying to take your voice. They're trying to instill fear. They're trying to not see what they have done, how they have contributed to this situation. And this is whether it is male or female. It's usually male, but there are a lot of females as well that run away from the truth, that don't want to hear what they have done, that they don't want to hear how they contributed to the situation. And I was talking about, those people who condone child predators. So I want you to make sure that you have this information, that whatever it is that they have been trying to silence you about, that we are able to, remove that negative energy, that black matter that they've sent to your health, that evil eye that they've sent to your health, those higher spirits, and it will be returned to sender. And I hope that you receive this message. Please reach out to me and book your consultations to cleanse these types of health problems that are going forward in your life. I don't know who this is for, but I am concerned because this is a poison to your health. Please book your one-on-one life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. Reach out to my website, www.highoracle.com. Also, donate to my channel. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.